All right, some breaking news now coming in, and the Election Commission has advised the West Bengal governor against visiting Cooch Behar on polling day as it violates the Model Code of Conduct. This according to sources. So the Election Commission, they're stepping in to restrain, in a sense, or advise the Bengal governor against visiting Cooch Behar. Remember, the Trinamool Congress government in Bengal has often hit out at the behavior of the governor and questioned many, sort of political visits and statements that would be made by him. This has been seen in all opposition rule states, that often the governors and the state governments are at loggerheads. And similarly, we have seen in West Bengal, and now the Election Commission there censuring the Bengal governor, warning him against visiting Cooch Behar on polling day, saying that it will be a violation of the poll code. So the Election Commission asking the West Bengal governor not to visit Cooch Behar. Remember, during recent controversies in West Bengal, the governor has often stepped in, made several statements, and even visited those areas where the controversies were taking place. And now, in this case, the West Bengal governor was planning to visit Cooch Behar on the day of the polling, and now the Election Commission, however, has stepped in and asked him not to visit, as it would be a violation of the Model Code of Conduct. So, C.V. Ananda Bose being asked not to visit Cooch Behar on polling day, and this is something we've seen that the West Bengal government and the governor have often been at loggerheads, in a sense, or the government has questioned some of his actions and statements and accused him of being an agent of the centre. Well, let's go across to Sunil Prabhu now for more. And Sunil Prabhu, so the Election Commission advising the West Bengal governor not to visit Cooch Behar on the day of polling.
That's right. They have directed the constitutional head, who is the president's representative, the state governor, Mr. Ananta Bose, to stay away from Cooch Behar. His visit had been issued for 18th and 19th. Polling is to take place on the 19th. The silence period, as you're well aware, has now begun. And to ensure a level playing field, the Election Commission has advised and directed that the governor of the state, this is the first time a directive is being sent to a governor to stay away from the political arena, to stay away and not carry on with his duties and participate and change the level playing field. This, of course, as you rightly pointed out, comes in the wake of the Trinamool Congress petitioning to the Election Commission against the governor for what they believe is creating an unforeseen situation of participating in the electoral process. So clearly, a clear directive to ensure a level playing field. The governor of West Bengal, Ananda Bose, has been asked to stay in the Raj Bhavan, not to go out and meet anybody and issue any program during that period, especially where the people of the West Bengal will be participating in Cooch Behar for elections.
That's right, Sunil, and the state government has also often, questioned the visits or statements or actions of the governor. For example, the Sandesh Khali controversy as well. You had the governor going there, meeting with women, making various statements as well. So, and this is something we've of course seen in several opposition rule states, the governor and the state government, being in these positions against one another.
That's right. There has been a great amount of scrutiny of governors across the states, especially in opposition rule states, as you indicated. But this is a clear directive, a clear message to the governor of West Bengal to stay away, not to interfere in the level playing field, in the free and fair election process that is underway as India gets ready to pass its ballot in the state of West Bengal in the first of the many 7 phases that are there, where the state has decided. So it's in that backdrop that the Election Commission has requested the governor of West Bengal, Mr. Ananda Bose, not to interfere and to stay away, not to participate and stay in the Raj Bhavan. This, of course, as you rightly pointed out, comes after the Trinamool Congress had complained to the Election Commission about the fact that there has been partisan behavior of a top constitutional office. It's in this regard that the Election Commission under Article 324 is now ensuring that even a governor has to follow the directive that has been given. It's usually not the practice. A governor is a high constitutional authority. It is really in the fitness of things that the Election Commission is trying to ensure a level playing field. Governors usually never participate in an election process. And I would like to recall to our viewers the late Abdul Kalam, who everybody now, and is the former Bharat Ratna, he had made it a point as President of India 2 months ahead of the election schedule during Vajpayee's regime not to participate, not to visit any state and remain confined to Rashtrapati Bhavan during that entire period till the 2004 election process. So it's in that context now that the Election Commission has had to put and give a directive and issue a notice and explain to the governor to stay in the Raj Bhavan, not to participate in the poll process, not to interfere in the level playing field, whatever the program might be, even if you are not, going to be there, but cannot and must not be in Cooch Behar when that entire election process is started and is underway, especially now that there is a silence period. Anything that, a high constitutional authority visits at this present juncture, and I'm giving you the case to point of the late Abdul Kalam, who stayed away from the entire election process during the run-up to general elections. Now, we are seeing a governor attempting to go to Cooch Behar during the time of voting, as well as the day ahead of it, which will create an unfortunate and really change the level playing field. Everybody's talking about LPF, which is now known as the level playing field. Clearly, it's in this context that the Election Commission is directing them and a high constitutional authority to stay in the Raj Bhavan and in the confines and not interfere in the election process.